As some of you might know, gorillas are the talk of the town on the internet right now. Specifically, if one gorilla could best the might of 100 humans. Some people have created lists of their top picks of people to be thrown into the arena, but I am far more interested in posing the question, which JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands could I beat if I were a gorilla? Some prerequisites before we begin though. Actually, it's really only one prerequisite. Just pretend the gorilla can see the stands. Oh my god. All we're doing is fantasizing over gorillas fighting fictional characters, and some of you motherfuckers are losing your minds in the comment section about it. Just a real quick run through of the categories we're gonna be basing these stands off of today. First category being, I could do it as a human. That's how confident I am. Second category, 1,800 pounds of force. Before recording this video, I decided to watch multiple documentaries on gorillas just to brush up my knowledge before going into this video. And 1,800 pounds of force is the amount of force that a gorilla can exhibit through their upper body strength. Next category we got here is just 50-50. This is a toss-up. Fourth category, I might need 2 gorillas in this circumstance. And the last category is just, yeah. First stand we have here is Star Platinum. Listen, I'm not a professional power scaler. Most of this list is gonna be completely based off of vibes. And I'm getting the vibe that my asshole might be reversed into me like Jolene did in part 6. I think that's an actual like scientific phenomenon, but I don't know the name for it out the top of my head. The thing is, I'm not even sure if he's gonna need the time stop to make this happen. Next up, we got Hermit Purple, Joseph Joestar's stand. I think the most pressing question about Joseph Joestar is what age are we talking about here? Are we talking about Sundowning part 4 Joseph Joestar, or are we talking about
prime? And I'm talking zaddy levels of prime, part 3 Joseph Joestar.
Part 4, I'm doing it as a human. Part 3, might have to rely on the gorilla for that one. You know what? I'm an able-bodied 24-year-old male. This is going to the I can do it as a human. I don't care. Next up, we got Magician's Red. I'm gonna be for real. I think I'm at a disadvantage being a gorilla here, as there is more fur to ignite, and I think that would just make the whole process a lot more painful for me. We're just gonna have to put that in the, yeah, that category right there. Hierophant Green, bitch-made ability. Bitch-made ability. I could do this shit as a human, dog. All right, well, I'm gonna stop getting ahead of myself. Everyone talks up the Emerald Splash as this fucking cool, big old ability. I don't buy it. As a silverback gorilla, I'm probably not on the same level as Dio Brando, but to say that there isn't even an inkling of possibility that this could happen, that a gorilla could beat Kakyoin, you're trolling yourself. And for that reason, I'm putting him in the 50-50 category, okay? And you're gonna have to deal with it, because this is my video. Leave your stupid little comments, you Kakyoin apologists. Next up, we got Silver Chariot here. The problem with this stand, it's not really like an even this fight anymore, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this is me bringing a gorilla to a fencing match. I don't think that's gonna go over very well. But if we throw a second gorilla into the mix, perchance? Next up, we got the Fool. It's been a while since I've watched part 3, but from my understanding, Iggy's stand kind of creates like a protective sand barrier kind of thing, like that guy from, I think it was Spider-Man 3. From watching the documentaries on gorillas, gorillas are really good at like exerting a lot of force really fast, but then they get really tired. So the issue here is, does a gorilla have more endurance than this stupid looking dog? I guess it really comes down to what's your training routine as the gorilla. Have you eaten a copious amount of bananas for a healthy, nutritious breakfast? I think I have this handedly as a gorilla. As a human, not a fucking chance. We're not gonna say much about that one. We're just gonna, yeah, put you down there. Cream, you know, kind of in the same predicament as the last one. I'm gonna hear this in my fucking sleep. Next up, we have a Tum. This is the stand that played video games with Jotaro. I thought including this one would be funny because I think that I actually have a better chance as a human of beating a Tum than I do as a gorilla. I'm an elite gamer. I'm gonna throw some clips on screen right now of some of my deadlock matches that I've been playing recently, and you can argue with that, okay? The issue is, even though gorillas have posable thumbs, their thumbs are a lot fatter. But that doesn't matter because I could beat him as a human. Have you seen what gamers are like in the 1980s? They're nothing compared to me, okay? I take 10 milligrams of Adderall every day. And the final stand for part 3, very fittingly, is Forever, the orangutan. Remember him? That guy, really creepy guy. Actually stopped remembering because I don't want to remember that part of the show either. Let's move on. Physically, this is not monkey v monkey. This monkey controls a battleship that is like kind of an apparition and also can like be morphed at his will. But mentally, this is monkey v monkey. I can talk to this motherfucker because I am a gorilla. I can coax him into a false sense of security, man. Oh, you like bananas? I like bananas, man. Let's get along. Come on, dap me up. The second that motherfucker comes to dap me up, I'm full Nelson in his ass. And while I couldn't do it as a human, my prowess of being a monkey and being able to connect brain for brain gives me the edge here. And that's it for part 3. Moving on to part 4. But before we continue, I need to tell you about this brand new mobile game and the sponsor of today's video, Block Party. Block Party is super similar to Pokemon Go in that as you walk around your city, you can collect items, find hidden treasures littered throughout your neighborhood, and most importantly, defend your property. Every step that you take converts into a currency that you can use to purchase buildings in the game, and every single one of them is based on their real life location. As you play the game and take over buildings, other players can attack your city in hopes of stealing cards away from you. So it's your job to stay on the offensive and collect as many items as you can. And don't worry, there are a lot of them. Over 50 new items are added to the game every single week for you to find. And did I mention that you can combine them together to make some truly insane creations? The possibilities are seriously endless. I mean, look at some of the combinations that you can make. Well, what are you waiting for? Make sure to download Block Party with the top link in the description and go see your city in a brand new light today. Thank you to Block Party for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into it. We have Crazy Diamond. I would like to give the gorilla a little bit of credit, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to put him down here. Echoes Act 3, though, you're gonna have to hear me out. My power scaling knowledge of Echoes Act 3 comes down strictly to the final scene of part 4, where Kira has his thumb and it's being like down into the ground, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly how many newtons that is. I still will bet on the gorilla 10 times out of 10. You're gonna get punted all the way across Morio. Might be a question for you guys in the comments, but it's not a question for me, okay? Next up, we have Zahan, though, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this one to Okuyasu. Even though he is incredibly dumb, he's still just gonna delete my ass out of existence. So, next up we have Heaven's Door, and I'm realizing very quickly that part 4 is just full of a ton of L's for me. Disregard the logistics for a second, though. Have you ever seen Rohan write in 2 people at the same time? No, you haven't. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? If we had 2 gorillas, I think we take down Heaven's Door handedly. Next up, we got Killer Queen, though, and I think he's fucking RC remote detonating my ass from 2 miles away. Yeah, we're gonna have to give him the respect that he deserves, unfortunately. But this one is by far the most interesting stand matchup of the entire video. It's an army of toy soldiers. Now, while I have my money on the gorilla in the 100 humans versus 1 gorilla fight, this one is a little different. A lot of this matchup comes down to the arena. If the fucking stand user is sitting in the Coliseum with me, I think my gorilla could tank enough firepower to get to him and rip his fucking head off. And while I think that a lot of people in the comment section are gonna have a tough time believing that, can we compromise on 2 gorillas here? 2 gorillas versus bad company? I think that's a fair fight. Are we cool with this one? Gotcha. Next up, we got Love Deluxe. While yes, this stand did completely immobilize Koichi, Koichi's 4'5" and probably like 120 pounds. And if you're telling me that this gorilla doing the things that it is doing on screen right now couldn't rip the fucking hair by the strands apart, just I think you've lost the plot, brother. Gorilla? Come on. Next up, we got Stray Cat. As stupid as this plant looks, it is kind of insanely deadly. If Yoshikage Kira is having a tough time against this motherfucker, I think my gorilla might too. It pains me to say that. It really does. But 2 gorillas? Can you entertain me on 2 gorillas? And the final stand for part 4 is the rat. Listen, if Dumb and Dumber could barely handle them, and they had the ability to pause time and completely heal themselves like a fucking med kit out of Quake or something, I don't even think my 2 gorillas are really gonna stand a chance here. It pains me to say that the rat is going in the same category as fucking Killer Queen. Anyways, moving on to part 5, we had Gold Experience. And while I think Giorno is a smart cookie, we have to take into consideration that his stand is built quite twink-like. Am I allowed to say that word? If you're part of the LGBT plus community, please let me know in the comment section because I've been incredibly torn for the past month. I think that if it is a completely fair boxing ring style 1v1, monkey versus man, I actually think the gorilla makes it every time. Because the only time that I see Giorno winning fights is when he's like fucking running away or relying on somebody else in Passion to fight the guy for him. The gorilla has this every time. Now, I will note that I didn't put GER on this list, and that's for a good reason. We both know what was gonna happen. All right, moving on to Sticky Fingers. The fact that he can kind of just fucking dive down into the arena and like, I don't know, punch my nutsack. Do gorillas' nuts, do they hurt the same way that humans hurt? I don't think I'm winning this fight. I mean, maybe 2 gorillas. Next up, we have a Bakio stand, Moody Blues. Because this stand doesn't do anything, it gives me a false sense of hope that me, as a human, could beat a Bakio, but then I remember that I'm 5'9", and he's probably somewhere way up in the 6s. That's not gonna happen. But luckily, that's not the point of the video. Abakio's not winning against a fucking silverback gorilla. Next up, we got Sex Pistols. If you think your stupid little puny little Clint Eastwood ass revolver is gonna do something, it's not. I don't care how much salami you feed them. I'm not going down. It looks like Passion is getting fucking wiped right now. Next up, we have Aerosmith. Aerosmith, I think, is a little more deadly than Sex Pistols, only because of the fact that it's like a full-ass machine gun, and I saw what it did to that car. So this one might be a little tougher. I personally still think that the gorilla has a chance, but it's not as good of a chance as Sex Pistols was. So I'm gonna put it in the 50-50 category. This is just a drooling psychopath that I'm not sure that anybody could really beat. I'm not winning this. Spice Girl. When it comes to Spice Girl, I'm winning as a gorilla, no question. But I also think that I'm winning as a human. And the only qualification that I have for this is the fact that I'm goated at Sky Zone Dodgeball. So I think I actually have a home field advantage when it comes to the rubber properties of this stand. And you're just gonna have to take my word for that. Next up, we got Coco Jumbo. And honestly, the only reason that I included him in this video is because I thought this picture was funny. Coco Jumbo is losing to a gorilla, and Coco Jumbo is losing to King Crimson. Not even gonna waste my breath with this, okay? Yep, roll the, yep, keep laughing, keep laughing. Metallica. Insanely slept on. And unfortunately, if I saw my gorilla start spitting out razor blades, I'm not sure that it would even want to keep fighting. I'm pretty sure it would be just so fucking confused that it would give up and die on the spot. As much as I would like to say 2 gorillas might stand a chance, I think they would both be freaked out and probably die anyways too. Next up, we got White Album. This guy is also a psychopath. I think the only reason that he was defeated in the manga is because of some silly Scooby-Doo hijinks. So unfortunately, I don't think my 2 gorillas would stand the chance either. Beach Boy, on the other hand, I do think I have a chance as a gorilla. What the fuck is he gonna do with his stupid little fishing rod? And especially if I'm fighting Pesci when he was still a little crying, little whining ass bitch, he doesn't stand a chance. And finally, for part 5, we have Notorious B.I.G. We're just gonna have to put him over Star Platinum because I'm running out of room. Moving on to part 6, we have Stone Free. I think the edge that this stand would have is in Jolene's kind of thought process. She pulls some crazy shit out of her ass. And so I don't know if I'm completely sold that this would be a 50-50. I think I'm gonna have to put 2 gorillas on the case for this one. Next up, we have Kiss. And now Kiss is insanely strong. You might not remember this, but in the show, it was shown to have like kind of similar attributes to Star Platinum. Not as good, but similar. And because of that little fact that it's not as strong as Star Platinum, I think I got her with 2 gorillas. Next up, we have Foo Fighters. I'm folding so fast as a human, but that's just because she has a gun. What the fuck does a gorilla care about that? Quite possibly maybe the easiest matchup for the gorilla that I've seen, next to Moody Blues. Next up, we have Weather Report. If you touch a rainbow or something, you like perceive yourself as becoming a snail. And while like a human's mental fortitude might be enough to like persevere through, I think a gorilla would just be like freaking the fuck out. And maybe that makes him even more dangerous. I don't know. You know what? Maybe that does make him more dangerous. That would be the most batshit insane adrenaline pumped gorilla that you've ever seen in your life. Did we just have a breakthrough here? Does the fucking gorilla having an acid trip actually give him a buff? I think so. Next up, we have Diver Down. Diver Down reminds me a lot of Sticky Fingers in the fact that the gorilla would probably get punched in the nuts a lot. That being said, I think that if the gorilla just caught him one time, the fight might be over. And because of that, I'm gonna throw him in the 50-50 category. Next up, we have White Snake. Listen, this answer might shock you, but the gorilla doesn't have a stand to lose. The gorilla has nothing to lose. And the only other thing that might possibly fuck the gorilla up is that little acid thing that he does. It puts you into like a dream state. And as we established before with the snails, that might just like piss the gorilla off even more and make him batshit batshit fucking crazy. So I think against Whitesnake, the gorilla actually has this handedly. The gorilla's might does not come from the stand. The gorilla's might comes from within. Next up, we got Green Baby. You can't ever touch Green Baby because you just are divided in half or something. So this is just a stalemate. The thing is, through watching the gorilla documentaries, I learned that they are very passive creatures. And if the baby doesn't really provoke the gorilla, then mentally, that's a win. The gorilla wins when the gorilla is happy. I mean, argue with that. I mean, finally we have Made in Heaven. So funny. Moving on to the final part of the video, we have part 7. It's the first time I have included part 7 in one of my tier list videos, so give it up for that, huh? We have Tusk. Now, if I wanted to run down every one of Tusk's evolutions, I think that might get a little hairy. Tusk Act 1, where he just shoots fingernails. I think the gorilla has that. But if we're moving on to Tusk Act 4, the gorilla doesn't have that. The gorilla can't compete with the fucking golden spin. Okay, yeah, we lost. Next up, we have Ball Breaker. This is basically what gives Gyro's balls. Okay, the golden spin. So really, all you have to think about is we are fighting Gyro. I've seen some humans take some fucking ball shots from Gyro. I wish I was taking the ball shots from Gyro. So just imagine a gorilla, right? He's fine. Next up, we have Ticket to Ride. To jog your memory, basically, it turns Lucy's tears into, knives that she can cut people with. But the more interesting part of the stand is that there's, this force that radiates off of her body that, if you try any malintent, unlucky things will happen to you, kind of. Part 7's a really weird fucking part. And because of that, there's not really winning the fight. But if we use the Green Baby logic here, and take the mental W, at least a 50-50. Would you at least give me a 50-50? Next up, we have Scary Monsters. This one's funny because it's just a dinosaur versus a gorilla. And I think the dinosaur wins every time, unfortunately. Next up, we have Cream Starter, not to be confused with Cream. The spray can really only works in one direction at a time. You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? 2 gorillas, maybe? I think we got it on 2 gorillas. I think we have it on 2 gorillas. Next up, we have Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. We all know where this is going. Let's just move on. Next up, we have Hey Ya. Contrary to popular belief, this stand doesn't actually give Poco Loco luck. The only thing the stand does is fucking yap in his ear and cheer him up. I don't know about you, but I'm failing to see how this motherfucker wins in a fight. If he's fighting me, no. The second I see this creepy thing on his back cheering him on, I'm gonna get really self-conscious. I'm gonna be like, why don't I have one of those creepy things cheering me on? What's wrong with me? Was I not deserving? Was it something to do with my childhood? Was I malnourished as a kid? Was I never good enough? I don't understand. And then I would lose the fight. But the gorilla doesn't have crippling depression. Boom. Next up, we have In a Silent Way. If this is just in a boxing ring, this stand is only as useful as the things around it. And if before the fight, we put these 2 motherfuckers through a metal detector, I don't think he has shit, actually. Yeah. And the final stand of the video is Catch the Rainbow. You might think the gorilla is fucking dead, but you have to remember that it needs to be raining. And there's a reason that I staged every fight in this video in a boxing ring, because a boxing ring is indoors. You know what this motherfucker can't do indoors? Touch his stupid little raindrops. He's getting pummeled. And I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's my list. I haven't read part 8, so I'm sorry. When I get there, maybe we can come back and rehash this video, okay? Thank you for watching. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you could please subscribe to the channel, that would mean everything to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.